boom, we are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy. He only gives to charity if he gets something in return. It's Zach Elias. What's up, buddy?
I don't only give, but it's a nice perk. And by the way, I've been called out several times for being a, receiving giver kind of thing. A Jew? Is that what that nose thing means?
A Jew here
in England, who, by the way, looked unstoppable today. 6 goals at will. Bring it.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays we do it live. Zach's got a thing, so a rare Monday night for us.
A thing means the softball finals. It's big news.
You're going to get stomped, and you deserve every bit of it.
To Kaplan, we should beat them.
Who cares?
Those tutors. By the way, I didn't know that every tutor in the finals was Dominican, because that's what Kaplan shows up with usually. It's all ESL.
Got a fun one planned for today. Episode 156. Calling this one, The Tribe Has Spoken.
Oh, we're the tribe.
Zach, do you know that I do cover art for every single episode we do, or not so much?
I saw a picture of me in Jets pants with Dig'em. That's art?
No, that's the promo leading up to let people know we're doing an episode. But for people who are watching this, obviously download the episodes. Please tell a friend.
You dig them.
Share the episodes. But I always release on our video platforms, whether it's YouTube or the right-wing alternative Rumble, there is a picture that I made. Zach, this week is fantastic.
I've never seen one of those. And by the way, everybody, you got to find us on Mastodon, because that's the thing. When Twitter goes tits up in no time, Mastodon's coming for you.
Not happening.
Oh, Mastodon's big.
Before we get into today's episode, Zacharias, why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking for tonight's episode?
It all snuck up on me, though I do have topics. I didn't go beer shopping. So I got a Sam Adams before it goes bad in my fridge because I like them and I want to drink them. It was either this or a little something something, which makes you crazy.
No, you make me crazy.
Well,
something's fine.
Yeah, well, fair. Anyway, I got the Sam Adams. What are you drinking?
So
I got a Narwhal bottle opener. Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
Dracarys.
I told you that was the best part. You missed it the first time. Dying.
We said we were going to talk about the bachelor party from a couple weeks ago, which is the title of this episode. My beer was leftover from said bachelor party, where it's the Southern Tier Brewing Company Harvest Autumn IPA, seasonal 6.7%. Zach, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed giants, rule. Well, when you go to a bachelor party, you're the only one with a car who's driving home, you get all the shit. Release the Kraken.
Good for you.
Release the Poppin'.
We're getting stuff from your bachelor party. I had a car. I got a couple of average beers. I got some B-level bears. And I got I don't know.
You literally got a care package, which is more than most people got.
And I got Z. That's why I got to drive home.
Meanwhile, somebody sent me this. We dropped the ball so bad because we're going to talk a little World Cup today because it's relevant and applicable. Somebody went ahead and bought one beer from all 32 nations in the World Cup.
Well, Zach, that's not possible. How the hell do you get a Qatari beer?
They did it.
They did not. I want to see it. I want Qatari beer in my mouth right now. Let's go. That place is insane. What? Yeah. It's all sandy.
Jesus, Zach. Meanwhile,
it's from the Khataba Brewing Company.
It never gets old. Zachy, you brought up the picture that I posted as the promo for today. Do you know how I know that your daughter took that picture?
No.
The angle is immediately up your nose. Like, there's no way a real-sized person took that picture.
Jenna's the same size. But yes, the daughter took the picture. Jenna wasn't having any of it. But she went to the store and she goes, "Do you need anything?" I said, "Ooh, get Honey Smacks." And so he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, with Dig'em." She's like, "What are they?" I said, "It's puffed rice with a little bit of a frog. It's perfect."
It's great.
She ate it. She goes, "Ooh." It's like the first time she heard the Beatles. Her eyes lit up.
Zach, episode 156, The Tribe Has Spoken. We didn't get to talk about this last week, but you said, I got the goods on you. Do you want to lead this off, or should I give you the highlights of said weekend where there were a couple?
I don't know. You got voted off. It's a Survivor-themed bachelor party for a guy who got married a year ago who has a baby's blog who doesn't have a baby. So that's what I know.
The baby is coming in like 2 months.
What the hell expert is he? He's writing about stuff he doesn't know.
How do you know he has a blog? I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. You were in the little sunroom at your bachelor party. We were in the solarium. We all got to talking when the internet kicked out immediately.
Is he doing the thing on The Bachelor? One of them did the blog from a baby from the womb as like,
No.
8 months old, can't
he's
wait to
giving
come
parents
out.
advice on like baby shit to buy, but he doesn't have one. He's a fraud.
Yeah, that's not so good.
Phony.
Zach, this Survivor-themed
Yeah.
bachelor party was the nerdiest thing I've ever done.
I
by
like
far.
Survivor. You should have taken me as your +1.
It was just Saturday. Thursday and Friday was nothing. And every time you ask The Bachelor, by the way, I plan on trashing him because he goes out of his way also not to listen to this, so fuck him.
Like him and Rosenberg.
Every time I said, let's plan this, let's do that, he goes, we'll just figure it out. So then...
Those are the worst bachelor parties. I had to plan one of those. We ended in Atlantic City at Penny Blackjack.
I would do Penny Blackjack. That sounds fun.
No, it's not. You must just play against the big white buck.
Which I also would do. Have you never seen Blackjack?
Exactly.
Zach,
you've never seen the NCAA bracket? It's a nightmare.
We're there, and every time it's like, hey, do you want to do this or this? He just kept on going, I don't care. And then after like the second or third time, he goes, you know what I really want? For people to stop asking me what I want, which is now like, all right. At one point, we were just watching TV. Like, it was...
Like just watching Everybody Loves Raymond.
I brought poker chips as like a last minute thing. Thank the fucking Lord.
You should have just ordered male strippers and just got in the car and gone home. Like your cars each pass each other on the highway. As they're coming up, you're leaving. Yeah, 2 houses down. Just see that way. That would be amazing.
There was a strong contingent of the Eastern Asian population there, which was fun because there were some people there.
East? How far east?
The Far East.
Like so far east it's west?
The Far East, in that when I was watching UFC and the new champion who's Chinese was doing her interview in Mandarin, it actually drew more of a crowd because they go, oh, no, I understand what she's saying now.
No subtitles needed?
That's literally what happened. I went, oh, do you like this? The guy goes, no, but I speak Mandarin. I'm curious to hear what she has to say. It's like, okay.
Fuck you, care what she has to say in any language.
That's how I think.
She could have been speaking French. What's the difference?
Do you know what the Asian flush is?
The Asian flush?
Yes, I'm throwing that. I didn't know this until I got involved.
No, I don't know what the Asian flush is.
You want to take a guess what it is?
Is it similar to Amish soaking? Do you know what Amish soaking is? Because that was clickbait that both me and a guy in my office both clicked the same day, and it's amazing.
I'm assuming Amish soaking is so you can do it without doing it and still maintain your purity.
Yeah, so you put it in hard, but you don't thrust.
And take it out soft.
You just leave it there like a little waiting pool.
I've heard it, but you're the idiot. Anyway, the Asian flush is where some... Now, what really, really bothered me at this trip was there was like 3 or 4 Asians there.
When they drink one beer?
Yes.
That's what it is?
That is what it is. And the fact that multiple Asians looked at me like, dude, you made that up. And I'm like, wait. This is a scientific thing that if you don't have an enzyme to break down alcohol, it's called the raccoon eyes. And I do know Asians, you take Pepsid before you start drinking and it prevents that. And they were now looking at me, Zach, like I was racist for bringing this up.
Oh, God. It was a blast.
Pretty much. That was just one of those things where I was like, okay, that's actually what happens. But
at a certain point, when do you just do the Chinese restaurant voice? Like, well, if you're in for a dime, in for a dollar, why do you just go for it?
Oh, wait. So, have you ever been out with anybody and when they start drinking, like, the Queens comes out, the accent comes out? I mean, I know my Baltimore can get turned on here and there. You know what I'm talking about, right?
We're doing with Gerald and sober. Go on.
Oh, my God. There's a kid there who is from China, and his English is fine. And he got blackout wasted. The kid went through Jameson. By the way, he passed out and rallied twice in 3 nights, which was really impressive. But he was taking down Jameson by the cupful. I couldn't understand him. Like, he would just wake up hammered, like still drunk, and his Chinese accent, he basically went from full-blown American to, I have Chinese parents to, I think he's here to deliver lo mein. Like, who is this kid here? I couldn't understand.
Did they play that?
No.
I mean, with like a Nerf gun, you could have a blast.
It's a wrong group of people.
With a Nerf gun, it would have been fun. You know it would have been fun. You just get drunk and you spin it and you yell "Mao" before you pull a trigger.
Zach, I can be slightly opinionated in the kitchen. One of the days, one of the guys...
How Chinese? All Chinese and you?
No. How many people were there? Maybe 12 to 13 max, and then I think maybe like 7? Maybe 8? I mean, it was a lot.
Mike Simon was there too, right? That you faced?
For a day. There was a lot of us that, I started on Thursday night, and granted, I left to go do that roast thing. But, like, I was there for 4 days. I was tapped out. I also got pretty hungover, like, the first 2 days. But one guy got in the kitchen and made eggs a la Gordon Ramsay, It was so yellow and so runny. I looked at it, and without being mean, I said, "Is that baby poop? Like, what are you
I
eating
thought
right
you were
now?"
gonna go somewhere different with yellow and runny.
I turned to the guy. I said, "What exactly is that egg?" He goes, this is called like over this, and this is how Gordon Ramsay makes it." I said, "What did you put in there?" He goes, "It's mostly butter with a little bit of eggs." I was like, "No, what are you doing?" He goes, No. If you have something to dip it in, it's actually pretty good." I went, "That's not a fucking egg anymore. Now you're just making a pate."
It's sauce. I like my eggs over medium because they'll always give you. It's so finite.
You like that. You like being a pain.
I love over medium. I want it perfectly medium. When it comes out great, it's banging. You can cut it and the yolk should run, but it doesn't. It's just gelatinous and firm.
I don't know why this is the highlight of the bachelor party weekend, but I think you're going to appreciate this story. So the actual bachelor, who's about as athletic as a toothpick, agreed?
He was rough.
There's a basketball court there.
I drill him in the back.
And I forgot about that. So there's a basketball court, and somehow we get to talking about making free throws, which this is pre-Survivor, and we're thinking maybe that'll be a part of it. And he comes out and goes, I think I'm pretty good at making free throws. And now you got my attention. Like, oh yeah? How good? How many can you make? He goes, well, it depends. Can I practice? I said, as long as you want, baby boy. He goes, I'm pretty sure I could go 6 out of 10. I said, get the fuck out of here. You're not going 6 out of 10. And he goes, no. I definitely could. And so now I don't bet money with friends. I turn to him, I go, $1,000. I said, all right.
Mustache.
How about this? 30 push-ups. Just like 30 to be done throughout the day, like for fun. Okay, great. Zach, he goes out there. I think he made the second one. So he's 1 for 2. 0 the rest of the way. Bricks everything the rest of the way.
6 is hard. I mean, I can probably do it. I'm a decent shot, but 6 is a big number. Cold.
If he said 4, I think that would have been interesting. 3, I agree with him. But 6, I go, there's just no fucking way. So I'm out there now just giddy because now he's just like, I'm going to get there. Anyways, he goes 1 for 9, and then somebody screams, the last one counts for 5. And I go, yeah. Hold on. Double or nothing. The last one counts for 5.
50?
So he goes, really? I said, yeah, go ahead. He goes, done. Shoots it. Ding, 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 ding. Pops out. And he's like, oh. So the whole rest of the day he's doing push-ups. It's a kid's bachelor party. I mean,
he didn't just do 60 in a row. We didn't bang him out.
You think he could do more than 10 in a row?
I don't know. Probably not.
And his push-ups, by the way, got worse as the day went on.
The most push-ups I ever did, because a guy in my office dared me. He said there was like a challenge. Do 250 and as fast as you can. Like
No. 250?
Yeah.
You didn't get through 100.
No, I did. It took me half, like all night, throughout the course of a night. You just do them. So do like 10, 25. And I did a couple. And I did it. And I did good ones too. 3 days, I couldn't go higher than this. I was dead. Like 3 days, I was like, I almost had to call out sick. I did them because like I didn't want to, but he was like a younger guy. He said, I just did 250. It was hard as fuck. Do it in as fast as you can, realistically. Like, it was like 2 hours. Whatever. Couldn't move. Just cooked. Survivor,
we played for next to nothing. And of course, I was so hungover, I could barely move or do anything. So, and they said like he's leaving later.
Watching you play shortstop?
I was about as bad shape, maybe slightly worse. And meanwhile, they go, oh, nobody wants to be mean. So they're like, you know what? He's leaving later. Let's just vote him off. So I was like, that's fine.
Weak. That's not how Simon told it.
Of course not. Simon's an asshole. So
he's the best guy in the world. He's an asshole.
The best part was we say, what are we playing for? And the kid goes, you can name my baby if you win. We're like, seriously? He goes, absolutely not.
Oh.
It was funny. Anyway,
What's the last name?
K-O.
No, it's his name,
Shaquille Coe.
Sure.
So he really, really thought this out. I mean, it was planned very nice. He got these shot glasses. He fills it mostly with amaretto. Then he fills it with 151, goes to light it on fire, because in this game, fire is life. And then he bought another thing to perfectly put the cap over. Yeah, it never caught on fire. It was the biggest way. It was the biggest
catch on fire. It
was the biggest.
He didn't catch on fire.
Do you ever use the term koof or like
no.
Ksh, or kush? Like ksh?
No.
It was the biggest ksh ever.
Oh, I would go with psh.
Yeah.
I put a P in the front of it.
Right. So it was the biggest psh ever because it was just like psh, nothing happened. Next day, we went to Hooters, Zach, which you were invited to.
It was a flaming Mo, that thing.
We pull up to the Hooters that we're supposed to go to.
I played golf that day.
It was a biker gang that had a national convention or something at this Hooter. We pull up. Meanwhile, you have to be careful where you park because if you park next to a motorcycle and push it over,
you die. It's over.
I actually sent
now
a
you
text.
Can't leave.
Now I called my mother. She goes, now you guys can't leave.
She said the same thing. I love her. We gotta hang at the wedding. We gotta get weird.
So I ended up sending a text that said, a lot of bikers here, bring weapons to anybody that was coming.
I'll bring a 9-iron.
And what's the buffalo, live or stuffed?
What?
And some ice cubes?
Yeah. Preferably stuffed for safety.
Oh, Zach, I could keep going, but we got a lot of stuff to get to today.
I mean, that's it. You just got that was Survivor. That was the whole bachelor party. You just sat around and watched, Korean television.
We played a lot of code names. I mean, I wish I had more here for you. Yeah.
Weak.
Well, you were the one that wanted to talk about it. I gave you the highlights.
You told me you went for days.
Well, I have a whole paper of stuff here, but
the highlight of anything Chinese the last week isn't these guys. It's the sheep that are going in circles.
I saw that. What the fuck?
They don't really know why. They think it's like some feeding thing or some disease, but essentially it's just going to kill them. They don't know if they stop to eat or but they're just going to die. Just going in a perfect circle. The flock of sheep.
I did see that. Although I thought I saw that on like a Rogan clip.
Cool.
Are you down with the JRE these days?
The JRE? No, I am not. But I am down with Chinese sheep walking in circles big time. I could watch it all day. Just mesmerizing.
Speaking of big time, ask and ye shall receive. Last week on air, you said, I kind of miss Sweet Donnie J. I wish he would come back. Guess who got reinstated on Twitter this week?
He did. He's back. I'm not going to follow him. And Twitter's going to be around for another 4 days anyway.
You're wrong. It won't. It's going to last. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. No Mastodon for us?
This is like the people who go, if Trump gets elected, I'm moving to Canada. I'm like, no, you're not.
Or the people that say AMC's hitting 1,000? Those assholes?
One and the same?
Most likely. Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
I saw a great story, Zach, that, again, doesn't fit into Pishadoo. Having gone to West Virginia, and it's as bad as you think it was, tell me you heard that Hinton, West Virginia, has a sinkhole, may take down the police department. It's literally West Virginia is swallowing itself right now.
Oh, I spilled myself. I'm like a mess. It's pretty good.
In my family, we say fadripid.
Fadripid?
Fadripid.
Fadripid?
Fadripid.
I like it.
I got one. I am officially an anti-Semite.
So you hate people that hate Jews?
No, I'm giving preferential treatment to somebody who is Jewish because he's Jewish.
Oh, so that's just a pro-Semite.
Okay, I'm anti. No?
Yeah, that's a double negative.
Well, so what's the difference? A negative times negative is a positive.
I guess. We've derailed.
I got a new patient, 99. He's got the accent, super sweet guy.
Does he have the tattoo?
He always wears long sleeves, and I'm not asking. And I talked to him. I was like, "Oh, you have an accent. Where are you from?" He goes, "I was liberated from Auschwitz." I said, "What year?" He goes, 45. And I was like, "Anyway, this guy's doing very well." I'm looking at him. I'm like, "Do you need physical therapy?" He goes, "Not really, but I really like it." I was like, "I'll be here twice a week for the next year." anything you want, buddy.
And then he's out.
I can't imagine he's.
Does he play those as lottery ticket numbers? I mean, what's he got there?
Terrible, absolutely horrible, Zach.
You gonna edit that one out like Alex Haley?
No, but lottery ticket's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. Anyway, I would give you
back to weird shit.
Truth be told, when I was a real estate agent, and a person who was a real asshole, I don't want to name her. She wasn't really nice to a client, an older client, and I did a deal for free because they were a survivor. So you do shit like that, yeah.
I have an uncle.
I worked my ass off for this woman, just no money needed. So
I have an uncle, not that close with anymore, who's a dermatologist. To this day, he did he does tattoo removal, everyone for free.
Ron Katz too soon.
Yeah, a little, not too soon, but not great. Zachy, another story that I can't wait for you to say about. Did you hear Wimbledon is changing the rules on what women are allowed to wear?
Is it less?
What are the rules for women at Wimbledon? I know you like
only wear white.
They are now
all parties can only wear white.
Well, women tend to have issues certain times of the month, and they are getting exceptions that they can wear other colors. I think it might be.
But if you wear pink pants, everybody knows you're ragging it.
I'm just saying.
It's a giveaway. Then they all have to wear it so that it's uniformity. Because if they're all wearing white and one person's wearing electric green, we all know she's got a thing. We all know that she's,
Zach,
yeah.
World Cup started, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say thank you. First time you've added anything to my life. I couldn't care less. I'm balls deep, baby.
Balls
I'm
deep.
in. I'm
Love the
in.
World Cup.
It's great.
Team England's loaded. They're going to blow it because that's what they do, but they could score it well. I
It's
said
all
they're
good.
going to. Yeah, America stinks. The fix was in. Now, I watched a lot of that game because I chose not to work today. I went to work and they paid me to show up, but they didn't do a whole lot. The refs, 3 Qataris, none of the Americans got no calls. A ball bounced off a guy into the stands. The ref goes, I didn't see it. It's like Stevie Wonder reffing that game. Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, and Helen Keller are all out there.
Now, you say Qatari. Everybody I've heard
Qatari?
says Qatari. It's Qatar.
It's Qatari.
Like, we got a cutter.
It's not a jumper.
I'm just saying, it's cutter. Is it not cutlery?
I don't know what it is, but they bought the World Cup. They made slaves essentially build those stadiums as per John Oliver last night. And
It's
the
old
refs,
news.
yeah.
How many people died? How many people died building those stadiums?
Depends who you ask. 3 if you ask the government, like 3,500 if you ask reality.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, it was in the thousands is what I've heard.
3,500 if you ask the real people. Like more if you count like other injuries and things. With the 6,000, Qatar says 3. Cutter. Anyway.
We got a cutter.
Whatever it is.
Anyway. Nothing for cutlery. Come on.
That was okay. Anyway, yeah, it was a nonsensical game. But yeah, America tied it, which was not great. So essentially, which means that one of either them or Wales have to blow the doors off of Iran to move on because it's goal differential.
You ran where?
So the Jefferson. How was Middle East? Iraq, Iran. I married.
There you go.
It's amazing.
Zach, did you hear the rumors that Qatar paid Ecuador $7.4 million to throw the game? No. You didn't hear this? Oh, I thought that was out there.
It's amazing. They paid each judge $1 million for the rights to this thing.
I thought
each
that was
judge
ridiculous.
got $1 million.
What about the ridiculousness with the beer? I'm assuming you heard about that.
I don't know a lot about soccer, but I gotta know that it's impossible to go to a soccer game without being just absolutely toasted. I was watching one of those games sober without a single beer in you, especially if you're an England or a Germany fan. They're drunk at 8 a.m. It's got to be very challenging to not have.
But the
beer.
way they did that little flipperoo, and then you heard the fans in the Ecuador game that were just screaming "Lo queremos cervezas" or whatever. They were just screaming, "We want beer" the whole time.
Well, they don't get beer. You can only have beers in sections of like the country that are off the strip in designated hotels, restaurants, and like eateries.
So maybe that's where that guy got that beer from the 32 that you said I couldn't get.
But they don't brew it there. They'll get you a Budweiser. Not a Cudweiser. That's terrible. Yeah, no, that wasn't good.
Cutweiser wasn't horrible. Like Cutwater, that is an actual thing.
Who knew?
But you spell it with the Q. It's a drink that starts with the letter Q.
Exactly. Quince. But yeah, no, not having a drinking event in a non-drinking country. Oktoberfest there. Good luck.
Drinking event? It's not kegs and eggs.
It isn't. The games are on at 8 a.m. here, so it is kegs and eggs. But look at half of those countries. Most of them are fall-down drunks. Above average Polska.
Tell me you heard about Team Argentina. Did you hear what they did?
How was that Polish girl?
What Polish
Above
girl?
average Polish girl that I put on the...
Yeah, it's always fine.
She was good.
Argentina?
I didn't hear what they did.
Flew their own meat over there. 6,000 pounds of meat for the World Cup.
The meat truck?
Just kebabs everywhere. I don't know.
You could have just stopped in Africa and had the meat go somewhere useful, but no, good. They got Leo Messi eats his meat.
I just one of those stories that you saw and you're like, wait, what? Okay.
They got better cows there. What kind of cows are they've got they eat donkey, a camel out there. What are they eating? They don't have cows, do they?
I have no idea.
What is a shish kebab? You don't want to know what a hot dog's made out of.
Oh, I've seen it before. It's a lot of water and food coloring.
Shish kebab?
No, hot dogs.
Oh, no. A hot dog is a pigeon, a boot, and something else.
Pigeon?
That's what Lisa says when they make a hot dog in her mind. There's like a pigeon, a boot, and something else. Yeah, it's not the...
Pishadoo of the week. Zacharias, I have 9 candidates. I will save the best for last. Candidate.
Hold on, wait. I got topics. Quick.
All right. Go. I was waiting.
I had a pre-sale code for Taylor Swift. I had no idea. I should have actually bought tickets because they were like $4 billion now.
You had a code for that? You asshole.
I don't know. I did. I didn't realize it was going to be a thing. If I knew then what I know now, yes. I'm a Meadowlands season ticket holder. I had a pre-sale code. I just ignored it. I'm an idiot.
Okay, that's number 6 on my list. Do you know the whole story or no?
I know what I know. I don't know. I mean,
they released there were pre-sales, which I always thought that's like, all right, we're doing a quarter of the tickets for special people. They sold everything. They sold it all. They needed to do like Springsteen's lottery or something. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I would have been one of those people, and then I could sold them some teeny bopper.
Not necessarily, because
all the money.
I know people that actually had codes, and they're like, the site crashed. You didn't.
It crashed, right?
You weren't guaranteed anything.
Gotten through, you're guaranteed
thousands of dollars.
Some teenage mother is just going to give you whatever she's got.
I looked into it, and then as I logged on at like 9:45, it's like, yeah, there's no sale today. I was like, wait, just no sale? No, they took the ball and went home. That's it. Yeah. Nothing.
Lunch has been canceled due to lack of hustle.
So yeah, that was my number 6, but keep going.
And Larry David, Shaq, and Brady being sued in some class action thing as brand ambassadors. Larry tried to warn you.
Wasn't this covered last week on BYD?
Not that they got sued, Brady and Shaq too, as brand ambassadors.
I'm just saying just about Larry. But Zach, can I just tell you that the amount of friends that I have that do I'm too cool to listen to your show, and then 3 weeks later they're like, hey, did you guys hear about? I'm like, oh, yeah, if only there was an episode about this like 3 weeks ago.
Can we give me some names?
Laddie's big on that.
Him, I don't know.
You're all right. He's nice.
Did I meet him at the bachelor party?
No, he's a chill kid.
He sounds good for it.
Keep going.
Those are my topics. I mixed the other ones in throughout the episode with the cows and the rest.
Sporadically.
Sporadically, yes. I sprinkled a few kings on the infield.
Candidate number 1. I saw that some asshole set the world record for doing Rubik's Cubes while on a skateboard. Zach, is there anything with more skill that means absolutely nothing in this world, and I couldn't care less?
Than a Rubik's Cube and a skateboard?
Or we could just stop at Rubik's Cube. Like, when's the next time it's like, you shall not pass unless you could do this Rubik's Cube?
I don't know. I mean, I would probably take the physical challenge. It's also the Guinness record of the human dominoes. Like, all this stuff is nonsense, these Guinness records. And Rubik's Cubes are pretty worthless, too.
Agreed.
I mean, it's something I would like to be able to do because I have an undone one in my house, and it would be nice to just get it done because I
just take the stickers off. That's horseshit.
I'm like OCD like that, but I watched the videos, and I got pretty close, and I got like 4 sides, but you lose your pattern, and it's over. Like, one wrong move, the whole thing is tits up. Yeah. He's like, oh, if you lose your spot, you just do these 12 things and you're back to I'm done.
Congratulations. You are a loser.
Yeah, and it took me forever.
Can I see your bottle opener? I really love it. It's really nice. Can I see that real quick? Cool. Throw it behind you.
Oh, no, I'm playing with this right now.
Awesome. Get rid of that.
Noise. All right. You're
Candidate number 2, we're not a sports podcast, but the hate for Russell Wilson has just been way too good. Now, to explain to people what's been going wrong, it's just the whole operation's tits up.
Really? Because there's a lot of hate for a different Wilson.
Oh, also on my list. But Zach, tell me you heard Russell Wilson is so lost in himself, he's been calling audibles at the line of scrimmage, but using the Seattle Seahawks stuff, and his whole team of Denver Broncos are looking at him going, we have no idea what you're talking about right now.
By the way, if only he had seen a podcast that discussed that 3 weeks ago, he would have known because we talked about that.
Did we?
Yeah. How when he played the Seahawks, they knew all his cadences and they destroyed him.
I actually brought that up. No. He's calling his own audibles. So not his cadences, not the plays. He was using hand signals and his team had no idea what he was talking about.
Good.
Insane. All right. It is one of the main events, but let's go with Zoomer Zach.
Let's not.
Now, what is your biggest problem with Zach Wilson yesterday? Because my biggest beef was not how bad he played. My biggest beef was the post-game. The defense held the team to 3 points. Do you feel like the offense dropped the ball? And he goes, no.
No, the Rex killed him for that. But truth be told, he was awful, and they were awful. They had a bye week last week. They had 2 weeks to plan for this game. What the hell did they talk about? They had 2 yards of offense in the second half. 2, which is lucky they even got that many. By the way, you've got one chance to lose on a kick return. Maybe kick the ball out of bounds. Just fire one into 15th row. Who cares? They haven't been able to move the ball on you all day. Play for the tie. If he airs you out and beats you, he beats you. But he is awful, Wilson. He has no command of the offense. And honestly, I was saying this earlier, I don't want to be one of those like, oh, pull him. That game in 50-mile-an-hour wind is perfect for like one quarterback in the league, and it's sadly Mike White, the guy who can throw consistently darts for 4 yards at will. I mean,
103 yards. It's done.
Mike
It's
White
just
plays like barroom darts, but it works. He would have gotten at least a touchdown the way he plays Mike White. And that was all he needed.
One of my favorite colonisms. People who don't get it don't get that they don't get it, and he should have been. He should have jumped on the grenade. It was really
was
bad.
it 103? I thought it was 77 yards.
No, throwing. I'm including the rushing yards.
Yeah. He was
103 total for the game.
Yeah,
total.
He was
not his rushing. Everybody's.
Yeah, they were all dynamic.
Really bad, buddy. Really bad.
It's not good. And he's not getting any better. He's getting worse. But he's also. I mean, Rex would say like when Sanchez had a bad game, and he did, he would own it. Even when other guys had bad games, he would own it. Like he was much further along and just like a better player. And he was, nothing special. Sanchez, he was pretty terrible. But at least he, got how it works in the pros. He got the job.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
That's how they built Qatar.
Candidate number 4, former Raven, Ben Watson. He's on some pregame show or something. He got his panties in a bunch because he dressed up in some garb and some other former player made fun of him and was like, I don't know about your little outfit right there. And he's like, no. My wife said it looks nice. And he goes, not what your wife told me.
Oh!
They cut to commercial. Ben Watson has left and is no longer a part. He basically was like, I'm out of here to get
handsy.
Oh, yeah. This was one of those you're like, really? Like,
he's throwing it up. This is when you sort of diss off like it's the 90s. Your mama's so fat. Like, you can go, if you make a wife joke, you go right back at him with a wife joke at him until it gets real.
It was very playful. You played 10 years in the NFL. Like, get out of here.
I would have made a mama joke immediately. That's how your wife said to me. Well, your mom was like, state of mind, or your wife said to me, like, you just go right back at him. Who gives a crap?
I like my candidates. I'm realizing they're getting better. Candidate number 5, some gummy bear factory. Some guy, Haribo lost a check for like $4.7 million or something, and somebody found the check and returned it to Haribo out of the goodness of their heart. In return, they gave the guy 1 bag of gummy bears.
Those cheap Germans.
I was like,
wait, what? You can't exactly just like cash check to somebody else. So it's a worthless piece of paper, but not to them. It's not.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those like what's worth to me, what's worth to you type of deal. They should have met somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle? You know how many gummy bears that is? I would have demanded a lifetime supply.
Diabetes. It's lifetime diabetes.
A lifetime supply, but my lifetime supply, which is higher than your average adult because I take handfuls daily, including tonight. I don't like the ones with the hats. I would have had to talk to them about, changing what's working. I would have had a nice long conversation with Phil Haribo, and then we would have talked topless. We would have gotten down to brass tacks here.
Candidate number 6 is Taylor Swift and that whole fiasco. Moving on. Candidate number 7, the guy who caught Aaron Judge's breaking ball. I forgot what it was, a 62 or however many he hit. I really don't care. Yeah. Aaron, he was offered $3 million, and he said, no, I just want
to Sotheby's, right?
Right. So, yeah, he said, I want to do something like that. Anyway, it's up for auction, and it's going nowhere as close to $3 million. No, Good. 6 figures type of deal. He's not getting anything close to $3 million.
An idiot.
Definitely. Next candidate, going back to
it's worthless. It's a baseball. It's worth $1.50.
More than that.
How much does a baseball cost?
Like $5.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking Joe Biden and his damn inflation.
Joe Biden didn't do it.
He did it.
Next candidate. Back to the guy whose accent got thicker, who blacked out multiple times at his bachelor party, Zach. I watched him take down, by choice. This was on his own volition of like what normal people eat. Maybe 20 shrimp cocktail and a jug of milk.
Ugh, the milk is what makes it not okay.
And when I tell you he was like, oh, it's delicious. Do you want? I was like,
I could have 20 shrimp. I could have 20 shrimps. That's not a problem.
20 shrimps? It's plural already, buddy.
That's Bubba Gump. Fine, I could have 20 shrimp cocktails, but I couldn't do the jug of milk. You could have 20 shrimp?
Easily. The milk is easily. It was the milk that I went. He was like, "Why?"
The shrimp, just you get a jug of milk. Why?
Yeah, Asians and milk. By the way, that's also a stereotype. I watched a lot of Asians drink a lot of milk. I didn't get that at all.
Ew, why?
Yeah, right. And
aren't half of them lactose intolerant?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Well, yes, the other half are just showing off. Look what we can do.
Last candidate. I had a friend.
It's not even kosher.
I won't name my
No
friend, but
shrimp.
I made plans with my buddy to hang out in like a week or so. And now I'm pot committed, right? I'm definitely saying like I'm free that weekend. We have plans to hang out. I get an email like, I don't know, last week, a couple days ago. They're throwing a party at their house. And now I have to go to this thing because I made plans to hang out with my friend. And now I'm pot committed to going to this stupid party.
You're coming to our Hanukkah party.
Zach, we had plans to hang out in Jersey, which we went hot tub shopping the other day for you. That's the weekend. I spent.
I'm not getting in that human frap with you.
The hot tub won't come till March anyways, which I guess we're going to talk next week. But we had plans to hang out, and now I can't make up an excuse because I had that weekend blocked off for you idiot.
Diabolical. That's pretty good. Jenna made the plans for the Hanukkah thing. I totally forgot about that.
Rubik's Cube, Russell Wilson's Audible, Zach Wilson, Ben Watson, Haribo, Tay Swift, Aaron Judge's Ball, Shrimp and Milk, and the asshole Elias.
It's Zach Wilson. But the actual answer, because he's a dick, the actual answer is the Judge Ball guy. Because that's a big number to turn away. That's life-changing money for most people. To now get a couple $100,000, which is a lot of money, but it's not life-changing. For some people it is, but What?
All right, Zachy, I got trivia for the first.
If someone gave you $300,000, it doesn't change your life. Does it? Am I the asshole here? Am I Pishadoo for that? Life-changing? You're like walking in naked to work?
You're saying I don't do that right now?
I don't know what you and that guy do.
Zach, I got trivia for the first time in a while. Let's bang through these. Calling this World Cup trivia.
Catch it.
Question number 1. Which country has won the World Cup the most times?
Brazil with 5.
Correct. Question the second. Made famous at the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. Name the trumpet. Fans.
Vuvuzela.
How many decibels? Yeah, you didn't let me finish. Ooh. Incorrect. The answer was not Vuvuzela. It was name the trumpet that they played and... How many? Seriously, though? That wasn't the question. 127 decibels, which is louder than a lawnmower.
That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
Awful.
Always, question number 3. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Which European country has finished runner-up 3 times, yet never won a World Cup?
3 times, never won. It's got to be England.
In 74, 78, and 2010 was when they finished runner-up.
Then it's not England. 2010, Holland.
Correct, the Netherlands. Question number 4. With 16 goals, Miroslav Klose has the most goals in World Cup history. Which country did he play for?
Klose?
Kloise. It might be Kloise.
I think he's German.
The Germans is correct. And question number 5. What is the highest place the U.S. has ever gotten in World Cup history?
I think they were...
I'll give you a hint. We've never won.
I'm aware. I think they came in 8th in 94. Lower? Higher?
First one ever, 1930. We finished in...
4th?
3rd place. Got them.
That's pretty good.
I know, right? I was like, hey, good for those guys.
In a hot minute.
Fresh out of the depression, they're like, let's go kick some balls.
Yeah, let's go nuts. That was something.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Thanks for listening to tonight's episode. We had a fun one. We're going to keep doing this. Zacharias, Thanksgiving.
You're up 2-0 and 2-1 in the pool.
Are you excited for the holiday coming up this Friday?
What, Friendsgiving?
My birthday.
Friday? Oh, that's your birthday? Mazel.